everybody here. I love all of these people. My
It's going to be
family.
great. Saturday Night Fever. Anybody else want to introduce themselves before we get started? Let us know where you're zooming in from.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Uh, yeah, this is Martha from Ohio, California.
Great. Welcome, Martha.
Thank you.
All right now.
Hello.
It's busy.
Hello. Oh, no, you're unmuted. Oh, there you go. Okay. Everybody else, anybody else want to introduce yourself before we get started one last time? All right. Well, I'm going to mute everybody out and we will get started. And let me just take care of a couple other things. Great. All right. Well, welcome to tonight's presentation of the Protocol for Prosperity. And my name is Jack Palis, filling in for Tom McMurrin. The big shoes to fill, but we'll do the best. I wore extra pair of socks to try to fill those shoes. And we'll do the best we can here. I appreciate you all coming out on Saturday night. This is something that Tom does. Actually, I'm going to immediately go to a screen share here and pull up. Oops. Let's see. Get my desktop here. Just bear with me here. There we go. And so this is our Saturday night version of the Protocol for Prosperity. This is a simple system that we've created as a community to create a state of success. Follows a proven and predictable system, simplified system, all about empowering your future. And we do this 10 times a week. On a regular schedule, rain or shine, traveling, not traveling. We make this available at times that are convenient, regardless of where you are around the world. And I will put out a quick bit of a disclaimer at the beginning of this. There's some big things happening with the company that we will talk about, and as a result of some of those things, particularly the company's announcement that it's going public, they've really tightened the belt on compliance and operating their business in the most stringent way to preserve and protect the value of the coin, the value of the company. And so as a result, we cannot continue to register new participants in the United States, but the company is thriving and growing at a tremendous rate internationally. And so really, from this point forward, we're focused on basically international growth. And the folks who are with us from the United States can continue to participate and help build this company. And we're fully excited about the things that are coming and that have been announced, some of which, most of which we will talk about as we go through this discussion tonight. So just want to get that out there in front to let everybody know that. So I've been with OneLife since February of 2015. Got started, not knowing anything about this. Like many of you, I had heard of Bitcoin, but that was about the extent of it. I really didn't understand it. I really didn't understand cryptocurrency. But I had, I met somebody a few months earlier through some other projects that we ended up getting involved in together, and got to know him and a few other people, know and trust them, and liked working with them. And he shared a video. It was an hour and a half video of this woman from Eastern Europe talking to a bunch of people in Thailand about a digital currency concept. And I had to listen to it several times to really grasp what was being discussed, but it intrigued me. It intrigued me a lot. And I got on some phone calls and looked into it some more, did some research, and decided to get started in it and just try it out because it seemed like the kind of thing that was going to be very big. I didn't know exactly how it was going to unfold. They were talking about all kinds of terminology that I didn't understand at the time, but it seemed like the kind of thing I could certainly get my head around. I was raised by a Depression era single mom who had to quit high school to go to work and help the family pay bills. So she didn't even graduate. She went to high school for 2 weeks, and she worked most of her life, a couple jobs, working during the day in a factory, and managed to get herself promoted to supervisor level. Worked at night in restaurants, and she made it clear that I needed to go to college. I needed to go to college. I needed to get a job with a big company or with the state or with the federal government. And that's what people did. They got educated, they got jobs, and they worked for those companies for 30, 40 years and then retired. And that was what they knew. That was what people did. And so that's what I did. went to school, went to 2 very good schools here in the United States, Tufts University and University of Notre Dame. And I came out and I got a job for a big company. I went to work for Exxon. And I've been in the corporate world for 35 years. I'm not a network marketer. Some people in this have been doing network marketing for 10, 20 years. This is all new to me. And but I was looking for something, because that pathway, while it started out really great, getting significant raises, promotions, bonuses early in my career, quickly changed through the time that I was working for those 3.5 decades, to where, as many of you know, people now work harder and longer and have less to show for it. They have less time to show for their efforts and less money to enjoy doing the things that they want to do. And it's a common story, all too common these days. And people have gone through some tough times because that American dream, which actually became, I think, the dream for a lot of people around the world, just hasn't paid out. And we were on one of these Zoomcasts several months ago, and it was actually somebody from Australia, I think, who mentioned the 40-40-40 plan. And I was like, what is that? And, working 40 hours a week for 40 years to then live on 40% of your income. And I thought about that, and that was the first time somebody put it in that perspective, but it was so true. And I thought about it, and I know I'm working 50 hours a week. And so, it's more like a 50-40-30 plan for me, and that just isn't working. And it's not working for a lot of people. I just saw an article this week about a couple of the early advocates and people that were involved in promoting 401k plans. And one of the prime advocates in the early 80s for 401k plans said that he can't retire with the lifestyle that he wants until he's in his mid-70s. And this is somebody who pushed for the 401k plan. And The reason is, one of the big reasons is the 401k plan was intended to be a supplement to company pension plans. But over time, companies threw a big curveball and they started thinking, well, employees have this 401k plan. We don't need to do a pension plan. We can cut that cost. And that's really been a surprise and something unexpected that occurred around that. So now people are left without enough money to retire comfortably. And so I know that's driving a lot of people to find different alternatives. And it's a common story of people that are on this Zoomcast. People realize they're going to have to work or find some way to rebuild wealth or rebuild an income stream that they can rely on to supplement whatever retirement plan they do have, or a pension or a savings plan that they've put together. But the sad fact is, I just saw another stat that 40 people in the 45 to 55 range in the United States, on average, have less than $25,000 saved for retirement. These are people that are 20 to 10 years away from retirement, and they've got well under $100,000. What we like here is we've all found something that we've been able to get our heads around and understand. And that's become my mission. My personal mission was to find something that could take me from my corporate job into retirement and have a supplemental income, have something that would have an income stream, as well as rebuild or build wealth faster than I was doing currently with the 401k plan. And this turned out to be a great opportunity. When I first joined, I started with the first package that we offer, which is $150. And I had to scrape and find $150 to get started. That's how tight our budget was, month to month, paycheck to paycheck at that point. It was hard to find $150. And that has changed so dramatically in 2 years. So my mission now, after kind of fulfilling on something that I needed to do for myself, is to help share this with other people. And part of what we're going to talk about tonight is something we talked about on the Zoom at 1 o'clock. It's really it takes the system that we have, this protocol for prosperity, and really breaks it down into mission, moves, and mindset. We all have a personal mission, and we need to know the right moves to make to fulfill on that. And we have to really adjust our thinking, change the way we think about money in this case, and the way we think about building wealth and generating income. So that hopefully will be a little bit of a recurring theme as we go through the evening. What I'd like to do is call on somebody to share in their personal mission. Catherine, how would you like to join us tonight?
I'd love to. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You sound beautiful as always.
Thank you so much.
So just share a little bit, about your personal mission and how you got involved and why this has become so important to you.
Wow,
Wow.
It's changed a lot. It's changed a lot for a lot of people. There's a lot of people on this Zoom tonight that have what we call walk away money, but nobody's walking away because for one thing, we love each other. We've become a family, and that's something that I was missing in my life. I was a registered nurse for 20 years, and I took care of babies, premature babies in intensive care, and it was a wonderful career. I loved what I did. I often worked 2 and 3 jobs, you know, but it took a lot of time away from my family. And today I was just over at my daughter's house with my 2 of my grandkids, and we just had such a beautiful day. And it's, you know, those are moments, time, you can't get that time back. You know, I don't regret what I did in any way, shape, or form, but I love to see people stay home with their kids and, you know, not have to spend 12 hours a day or 16 hours a day away from them. And I'm on a mission to help more people do that. And I'm also on a mission to reach around the world and reach some areas that are severely in need. I work a lot with Africa and have to do it in some different ways to get to people because they don't necessarily have the data to get on something like this with us. I mean, this is such an amazing platform. It's so easy to build this way. All you have to do is invite people to come listen to other people's stories and see a few slides. And, you know, it's not for everybody, but boy, if you're a pioneer and just a tad bit rebellious, you just found home. You just found your tribe. And, or maybe even a little more than a tiny bit rebellious. But I just know this is changing lives in such a huge way. And
So it's so true. It's so true. The community that we've connected with here is unbelievable, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It's, I would be here if I wasn't making money to be here. You know, I would still be here with you guys.
Well, but your point about walkaway money, yes, there's people, like you said, quite a few people on the Zoom that have done very well with this. This is, look, it's not without risk, but you know, when you get involved and help build a company, you're taking a risk, but you get rewarded for doing that. And we'll talk about a little bit how we get rewarded in this. But we don't have to be here, right? Right? I mean, you don't need to be here. You've got yours. I've got mine. I've got a lot of coins. Being in since February 2015, I've got a lot of coins. They're worth a lot of money. I don't need to be here. A lot of us don't need to, but it's something that we've really, we know how much it can help people.
Yeah.
And so maybe you can help me here a little bit and just, oops, let's see, that's not working.
Yeah, it's become a responsibility to me now. You know, I just can't imagine. It feels too good to share it with people and watch them change their lives, you know?
Right. Well, and the slide talks about what we want to do. We're changing people's lives. People are retiring from their jobs or quitting their day jobs and creating a different way of earning income so that they can have the lifestyle they want and then fit the work style to fit it, as opposed to the traditional way of working your job and then you try to fit your lifestyle around it. We flipped that model around.
Yeah.
Right?
We
and
definitely have. Yep.
So help explain what our business consists of here with the slide.
Absolutely. Well, we're basically just reaching out to people and starting a conversation. Education sets people free. And it's something, once you have it, it can't be taken away. So once you become aware, you can see the opportunity that's here and grab it. Like, don't wait around on this thing. I'm serious, because people have regrets that have done that. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. I've heard a lot of those recently.
Yeah.
So seize the opportunity for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you really can't even begin to see this opportunity until you take get educated and really take that on and be responsible for learning about this. Isn't that right?
That's correct. The education that we have is amazing, and I'll be honest, I didn't expect it to be as good as it is. And it's improved, and they keep updating it, which is unbelievable, because usually when you buy education or you buy a book, that's it. You know, you don't get updates, but they're keeping us up to date on all of the newest information in this digital industry. It's a fascinating industry, like a multi-trillion-dollar industry. I had never heard of it. I mean, I was like you, Jack. I'd heard like Bitcoin, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how it worked. I remember saying, "What is that, monopoly money?" That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And it becomes quite a fascination once you start learning about it, because it really opens up a whole new world.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm going to play actually a little short video, see how adept I'm getting at this. I'm going to put you on mute for a second here. Thank you for
Thank
jumping
you.
on.
And thank you for all that you're doing, helping while Tom's busy.
Oh, it's actually, yeah, this is quite fun. So thanks
We'd
for
be here anyway.
right, you'd be here anyway talking amongst yourselves. So gives me something to do too. Otherwise, I'd be out causing trouble on a Saturday night. You know me. All right, I'm going to put you on mute here. And then we're going to watch just a short video. I think everybody knows Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And we're just going to play, we're not going to play the whole 18 minutes here. We're just going to play the first minute or so. But he drives home a point that we've just been talking about. But actually, hopefully, Catherine, give me a thumbs up. I hope people are going to be able to hear this, because I've got all the volume control. So give me a thumbs up if you can hear this. No? All right. Well, no problem. I'm going to jump to a section of, you can hear me okay, right? Okay, so he's talking about the secrets of the wealthy. And secret number one, oops, let's see if I can get there, is the importance of financial intelligence. And that's what we're all about. The product that we sell is financial intelligence. And we're going to move forward since the video won't play. We'll go ahead with talking to some other people, and we'll get into that a little bit more. So thanks, Catherine. Let's see who else we can check in with tonight. Bernie, you look ready to talk. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. Hi, everybody.
Welcome. How's tomorrow? We always want to know how tomorrow is.
Well, we're having this terrible summer here. We've had 5 sunny days in summer.
What?
5 sunny days. So today we've got rain.
Well, if I'm coming out there for New Year's Eve, just to get a jump start on next year, it better be nice.
We'll try and get it sorted by then. It might be extra hot next year since we've missed out on the summer. But yeah, everything's going great. And further to what Catherine was saying and yourself about walk away. People have got walk away money, and lots of people don't need to be here anymore. But we all feel like we have a responsibility to help as many people as we can and become the educators, because it's not about the money anymore for a lot of people.
Right.
It's about being involved. And I never thought that I'd be able to say something like that in such a short space of time. But I'm a walk away person now, but I'd have nothing to do if I walked away. I love this community. I love the innovative, progressive corporate side of this company, forever growing, forever doing the right thing by the whole community. I love that. I love that she is an under-promiser and an over-deliverer. I'm talking about Dr. Ruja. Everyone probably know that. I know we've got some new people on the call today, so welcome to those people. And, I feel really confident. There have been some times that I thought, I'm a researcher, and I owe it to my team to research the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I keep up with all the blogs and the reports that get put out there about our company. But what is so refreshing is that she's rolling out exciting new stuff, just like she promised she would. So I really have a huge amount of respect for the people that are on this call that have been inside this company for 2 years. 2 years on faith that this woman would do the right thing, and she did it. People are coming on board today.
She has every step of the way, she has.
Yeah. People are coming on board today and are only having to wait 1 month before they can start spending some of their coins. So that's exciting. But yeah, really respect the real pioneers of this community, and the other people that have got in right at the beginning, and that they're continuing to support us and teach us, because I'm in a few meetings a day and I can hear myself repeating myself, and I try and keep it really simple for people, because you're giving people a little bit of information that they can understand is better than overwhelming them with a lot of information that they can't understand. So I think for the new people that are on the call, take your time, make a small move, and make money while you're learning. And join us.
That's perfect. That's you said the magic word, moves. That's the second part of what I want to talk about here. Is we've talked a little bit about mission. I want to talk about moves. So let's break down our system here and talk a little bit about what our business is, a little bit more. Let's break down that education piece and what is it that we do, Bernie?
Okay. Well, our company sells products, educational products, on the new currency, cryptocurrency. And with those products, you get the ability, you get some tokens, you get to be taught how to spin those tokens into mining, which then pop out as coins. So we're creating a new currency, digital currency, and we're actually right now in the process of inviting merchants to come onto our new platform called Deal Shaker. And I haven't been in the back end of the Deal Shaker yet, but I have seen some other people's posts about Deal Shaker, and nearly 3,000 people have come on in less than a week, 3,000 merchants. So a merchant, for those who don't know, a merchant is someone who's prepared to accept this currency that we're talking about today, the OneCoin. So, yeah, we're the educators, we're the investors, and we are the advocates of this new currency. And in the time that I've been involved with this company, 2 million people have joined. No, 1.5 million people have joined after me. So it's not a company that's getting smaller and smaller. It's a company that's getting bigger and bigger. And I think get educated, find your words to be able to share this with the people that you care about, because they're the people that you want to help increase their wealth and give them back their lifestyle. OneLife is a social networking community of digital currency.
Right. This is the community that we're talking about. This is the people that's on the Zoom and the people that that we associate with.
That's right. Have I missed anything?
No, you're doing great.
Okay. So yeah, I like it when Tom talks about us being investment bankers. I love the idea of bankless banking and borderless banking. And, I have, my children have got the travelling spirit in them. So they are both about to take off and do some travelling around the world. And I have I feel safe that I can bail them out of a situation in any country within 1 second using digital currency.
Mm.
I can make sure they're going to be fed. I can make sure they're going to be housed, and it's the disruption. It's a disruption, and when I talk to people about it's a disruption, I can't really get it through any easier, but by saying it's a bigger disruption than the internet. Now that hurts my head to think about how massive it really is, because the internet's huge, but the digital currency disruption is going to be bigger than that, and then the blockchain technology is going to be bigger again. So we're at the right place at the right time. There's no such thing as a coincidence. There's no such, there's a reason that for the people that have made moves, there's a reason that you found the person who introduced you to it. For the new people on the call, there's a reason that you're on the call. I see some people who are on the call that have been in the system for a while that haven't been on the call for a while. It's great to see you. It's great to see you getting back involved and getting re-engaged, because, we've got this incredible opportunity to buy options in the company. And to be able to buy options, you've got to own OneCoin. And the exciting news is that the options and the shares of this company are expected to exceed Facebook.
Mm.
That should hurt your head, but that should also make you really excited. That get involved, get financially savvy and smart, and just always know that we're here 10 times a day. Everyone is available to help you out individually, and no one needs to be left behind. People just need to ask for help.
Excellent. That's perfect. That's a great explanation. And this slide's a little outdated. We're actually at almost 2.9 million people at this point. So we're growing at a rate of about 150,000 people a month, which is incredible. So thanks so much, Bernie. Appreciate you jumping in.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, no problem. So we'll move along here with the presentation and look for somebody else to jump in. So Jeff, would you mind joining us? Unmute you.
Hi, Jack. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. I didn't mean to get you up off the couch there.
Oh, no. I was answering to a text. I'm sorry.
So we talked about the community, about OneLife Network, but now we want to get to, we're working on these moves. So how do you actually get coins, right? So that's not our main product. That's our product is education. So tell us a little bit about the One Academy division.
This is actually what we do, and what we're selling is these educational packages from the One Academy. And I just completed level 3 of the Academy. You have anywhere between 1 and 7 levels, I believe, are available now, depending on which education package that you get. And they are incredible. There are video versions, and there are PDF versions, and there are an educational program that can rival some of the ones that are taught in the Ivy League schools. Mm-hmm. And with these packages, you get tokens. And depending on which package you buy, you get a certain amount of tokens. And what these tokens do is you can put those into mining, and those are what become your OneCoin. But the educational package is what we do, is what we sell. And they educate you on everything from money, from trading, to Forex, to X4X, to a really impressive platform of the educational process. And I love them because I'm able to learn something that I didn't learn in school. I think our schools fail us on what we're taught about money. And this is fascinating to learn, and I can apply it to my life right now. It's what I see in the headlines. It's what's going on in our world, literally, as we speak.
Well, you mentioned the 7 levels of training. This is just the curriculum for level 1. This is what you get with the starter package, and you get a 70-page manual. You get a series of videos that range anywhere from about 10 minutes to a little over a half an hour. And then there's a quiz at the end, so you can actually test yourself and see how you're doing with the material. It's really a pretty incredible platform.
It is, and the packages are really, really, really educational. It's not, I just can't encourage people enough, because quite honestly, to get into this, and if you start mining your coins and you get, cryptocurrency to use, if you don't understand where we've come from to get to the point of cryptocurrency, to me, you're not able to take a full advantage of what is really going on right now, or the movement that is going on right now. You're going to be one of those people that just say, oh, cryptocurrency is not real, it's not going to work, or this or that. This educational platform helps you to understand really what is happening, and it's so well done. And if anybody out there hasn't delved into the education part of it, you need to. You need to dig into this and learn, and it makes your coins that much more valuable, in my opinion.
Exactly, and this is OneCoin is the third part of our company, and that's the cryptocurrency itself that you're talking about. So we
right.
We market that education. People buy the education packages. The company gives them the opportunity as a reward for buying their packages. You get credits toward mining this currency, and this is the currency that we're talking about, OneCoin.
Right. This is the actual digital currency that you now acquire. For instance, I came in September. I didn't know a diddly about digital currency, but I was intrigued by it. And of course, the more that I started to learn and get educated on it, the more excited I got. And, I have a package right now that I came in around, I don't know, $8,000 on the Tycoon Plus, and I have it sitting, over $150,000 right now in digital currency value from a company that's going to be going public in about 15 months. So that's really exciting.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And this slide, we won't go through it in great detail here, but this does show for the people who either have just gotten started or maybe still deciding on packages, or maybe you just got started with a starter package and you're thinking of upgrading, or maybe you haven't even decided on what you're going to do yet. But this is these are the different programs that we have. We're referring to the starter package. That's the one that at the time I paid $150 for to get started. But since then I've upgraded, and like Jeff, I have some of these larger packages that I've put into mining. So, depending on the program you go with and the price that you pay, you get mining credits. The company gives you mining credits so you can actually put your education to work immediately. And you submit those credits for something called mining. I'm going to go back to a slide here. Jeff, thanks. I'll put you on mute if you're getting...
I got it.
All right. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. I might call you back then. I'm going to jump back here to a slide. So, this briefly, gives a simplistic view of really what you need to create a cryptocurrency. And I'm not going to go into this in great detail, but there's really 4 elements. There's a mathematical piece to this that defines a given cryptocurrency. And when they create this algorithm, this mathematical model that basically just spits out, really oversimplifying it, but spits out a serial number, like a VIN number on a car, like a serial number on a dollar bill. There's a process for running that algorithm that has certain requirements. But that algorithm determines how many coins will ever be produced from that model. We have an algorithm that'll produce 120 billion coins because we are on a mission to become a global trading currency. A global cryptocurrency as a trading currency is globally accepted. So we've got an algorithm that's going to produce enough coins to sustain something of that scale. And the algorithm also, dictates the rate of distribution of those coins and generation of those coins, bringing them into circulation. And there's something, we're calling it a competition ratio. It's also, here it's just referred to as a ratio. It can be called a difficulty factor, but that determines how much mining effort it takes to generate a given coin. And as the algorithm runs longer, it gets more difficult to generate a coin. You can think of it as that difficulty is based on demand. So the more people that get involved, there were 70,000 people when I first got involved worldwide. There's now 2.9 million people. So think of it as when I first got started, there's 70,000 people trying to get down a hallway to get somewhere. Now we've got 2.9 million people trying to get down that hallway. The difficulty is much greater to try to get to that end result of producing a coin. And so the coins are produced by people referred to as miners, and we get that opportunity through the education packages. And Jeff, just jump on real quick here. Tell people, how difficult is it to mine? Because mining involves, running the algorithm is running massive computers, servers, and if you're going to be a miner in Bitcoin, Bitcoin's been around for 8 years. You actually need an investment group. You need tens of millions of dollars to open up a warehouse and put servers in there, run those servers, replace the servers when they burn out, run the cooling system. It requires a tremendous amount of energy. Do you have your own equipment? Did you run out and get a server and some software to do the mining in this?
Nope. And before OneLife and the OneCoin, mining was exactly that. It was very expensive. It was very techy. You had to know what you're doing. You had to pay, I've heard, $1,000, $2,000 a month power bills to basically power all these computers. And what OneLife has done is they simplified it. Just like back when the internet was first launched, it was very difficult to use. And then a company called America Online came in and simplified it. They gave everybody a floppy disk. You find it in every magazines, and they made it very easy for the common person like me to get onto the internet. And OneLife has now done that with the mining process. They've made it they've AOL'd that mining process. Basically right now with the OneLife network through the OneCoin, mining, they do it all for you. They have all the computer systems. All you have to do is be able to type numbers in a box, which if you've ever paid a bill online, if you have a bank app, Visa, MasterCard, Amazon, PayPal, that's all that's involved with mining with the OneLife network. They've made it very simple, very easy. You type into your numbers, your coin go into mining, which is the algorithm produces the coins, and then you get your coins out. And by the way, we do have, I don't know if I can technically say the fastest blockchain, but we have one of the fastest blockchains in the world where everything's done in a minute. Bitcoin is done in every 10 minutes, just to give you an idea of speed. So it's that simple and it's that easy. Your coins come out. And now what's more exciting is now our coins come out of mining, and we have a great platform that is building and launching in the middle of February where we can go spend our coins from merchants all over the world. So that's exciting. It's easy.
Yeah, if you can buy some products on Amazon or any other online platform, you're probably overqualified here, right?
Absolutely. Your 6-year-old is probably more qualified than you are with what kids are these days. Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for jumping in again. So the other two components are then the technology that goes around this. To make this usable, we need technology to be able to store and then transfer our coins. And then we need merchants to be able to use the coins. All this really doesn't mean a whole lot unless we're creating a currency, creating something that's usable in the real world. So that's the real exciting part is that's exactly where we are at this point. And see if we can find somebody else to jump in here. Let's see who we got here. So Richard, you mind jumping in and joining us here?
No, I don't mind.
Okay, so you said you've been in OneCoin a couple of weeks?
Yes.
Excellent. And at what stage are you at? Have you put tokens into mining? And
Oh yes, the affinity, and there's a lot to learn. That video that you were about to show about Robert Kiyosaki, that was my video. I sent that to Steve. That was on a VCR. I had it copied over to a MP4.
I don't know where I found that. I found it somewhere on the internet, but
cool.
It's
It's awesome.
It's yours.
Yeah, it's fuzzy because it was on a VHS first. So yeah, it's the real power that I'm seeing in OneCoin and the ability to mine is the simplicity of it. I've been in the manual. I'm reading the education, and I think Jeff was saying about how he didn't learn that in college. And I really see how this education can really transform the planet. When you were talking about mission, moves, and mindset, my mission is to shelter the world, a clean, healthy earth, Planned Parenthood, financial intelligence, like microloans to women in third world countries. Those are the things that I support.
That's awesome.
I'm really committed to moving into action, not only domestically here in America, but throughout the world, and really seeing countries transformed, past tense. I'm committed to seeing them with the BitChain technology, with the OneCoin technology, and the ability to use those on the marketplace, in the marketplace. I mean, the mindset that you were talking about it's a huge shift for a lot of people because I was an analyst at one time, so it's a lot like these companies get this software and they use it for years and they're invested in that software and they don't want to change. In fact, it's economically not feasible for them to change. A lot of people, especially in America, are vested in the dollar, the fiat currency, and they don't want to change. And they may be the last ones on the dock. It's kind of funny.
Very true. So you mentioned, moving to, usability of the coin and the merchants. So, let's talk a little bit about that. Before you joined, OneLife came out with this mobile app builder, which is on the lower portion of the screen here, which is an app. It's a fully customizable app that a merchant can use to grow and attract customers and retain customers, and they can customize this app to any way they want by just programming it on their phone and shooting out messages, pushing out notifications to anybody who's got the app, and that's a real great product that the company, very innovative product that the company has come out with to support merchants. But I think the thing everybody's been really waiting for is this deal shaker platform. So, Richard, have you had a chance to go on this site yet?
I've just seen the numbers on how the deal shaker. No,
So look at that. Yes, look at that. Look at the numbers. I just took that screenshot today, Over 35,000 people have logged on, and we've already created almost 2,400 merchant profiles. Businesses have registered on the site, and come the middle of February, we're going to be able to go on there and search for merchants and search for deals and begin using our currency. That's pretty exciting.
So Jack, you mentioned Amazon earlier. Have you already talked to them, or can I get in there and talk to them before you?
Go for it. I haven't talked to them. I don't have a good contact, but maybe you do. But yeah, so this is certain that is another opportunity for us to expand our network, expand our OneLife network by introducing merchants to this platform and showing them how they can, begin accepting digital currency. But more important than that, imagine if you have a hotel or a restaurant in somewhere that, that could benefit from basically 3 million sets of eyes finding that hotel or that restaurant when they're traveling, and being able to, 3 million eager eyes that are eager to use this cryptocurrency that they've been mining. And you're the only game in town that accepts cryptocurrency. You're going to be an attractive merchant to those people, and they're actually going to be, searching out merchants that are going to be using the currency. So I think that's going to be a tremendous attraction to a lot of merchants.
This is just an idea, but the critical mass, once we get close to going public, and you're going to have a lot more eyeballs on this, there's going to be large companies looking at this seriously, because that's a market. That's a marketplace. That's market share.
Absolutely. And we have 2.9 million active account holders, but we actually have about 12 million people that have free accounts. So there's a lot of people that have entered into the OneLife network, but haven't become active yet. So I think we're going to start to see those membership numbers really start to increase very rapidly. And this is certainly something we've all been waiting for. This is something, look, I got involved almost 2 years ago, and this is something that was talked about. Talked about having a merchant platform, talking about having usability of our coins, and I have to pinch myself that we're actually here. We've arrived. We're at the doorstep, and they talked about getting the coin on public exchanges. But we didn't even really know there was going to be this opportunity to participate in a public company. That's only, started leaking out a little bit over the last few months, and now it's official that we actually get to be part of that IPO process. So
part. You're part.
So I mean, how many people do you know back in the 2000s? I can think back to that time frame when tech companies were popping up all over the place in the late 90s, and companies were going public, or when Facebook went public. Like, how do these people get to be part of this company before it goes public, right? This is how you get to be involved with a company before it goes public. You gotta learn and do your research and understand what it's about, and really you take a chance. But when you look at something like this and you see a strategic plan for unveiling and rolling out a company and a whole ecosystem, it almost doesn't seem like a risk. It seems like, how fast can we get there? And I don't even think Dr. Ruja realized how fast we would get there.
I've been here for 2 weeks, and the main thing that I'm noticing is all the multiple streams that you can create in this business. Like Deal Shaker, there's a residual income, a passive income that you can make on that.
That's right.
There's so many different ways, and that's the future. That's having multiple streams of income coming at you. So if one falls away, you got 4 more to support you.
And I know there's more coming. I don't know what they are. I have no
Isn't
idea.
that cool?
I have no idea what they are. But you bring up a good point, because again, 2 years ago, they told us there's going to be multiple ways we'll be able to make money in this OneLife network. And they didn't, our leadership didn't know what all of them would be. I think they had some inkling from their meetings with Dr. Ruja, but nothing was firm and established. But that's part of her, I hear, 20-year business plan is to, you mentioned simplicity, or Jeff mentioned simplicity. We've got greater security. Yeah, I recognized a few months into this that OneLife had cracked the code in the sense that they simplified cryptocurrency, they made it more secure, they have a process for making the price more stable, and then making this sustainable. So I think when you really get to see how that is all coming together, and we've got more evidence now, it's so easy now to see the evidence. It wasn't so easy 2 years ago.
I'd like to say something about that, Jack.
Yeah,
because
sure.
For the last 5 years, I've been in the I've been in the real estate market here in America, and it is such a competitive, get what you can when you can get it, and it's not about collaboration and cooperation. What I'm seeing here, it's about collaboration and cooperation. I mean, how many organizations have such a group that aren't even getting financially rewarded from each other in supporting one another across the bank? And it's that's that mindset you were talking about, because a lot of people don't have the trust that you really are going to do what you're going to say. Right. And that's something else that I'm getting on this, that this organization is not normal in that sense. It is really above normal on that.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, to put it real simple.
Yeah, no, that's great insight, and you're so right, because that you do have to get that mindset, or get your own mindset around. This is not the same kind of company that you're used to seeing. It's not It's not what we're conditioned to believe. This is something much different, and because the company has a very different mindset. So you hit the nail on the head with that.
Good job.
Appreciate it, Richard. Thanks for jumping in.
You're welcome.
Welcome to OneLife Network.
Thanks, Jack.
Glad to have you. All right, so we'll move along here. And, I think if it's not clear, there's, some very good reasons to join the OneLife network. And I think we've probably touched on a little bit of these, but let me just pull them together for you as we try to wrap this up. I realize we're going a little bit long, but there's a powerful market trend here in the cryptocurrency space. Bitcoin's been around for a long time, for 8 years, but it's not catching on in a mass way because it's complex. There now are hundreds of cryptocurrencies that are springing up and are in existence, but they're not necessarily catching on either, because they're all following the same model: generate the coin and put it out on platforms, on exchanges, and it ends up just being a trading commodity as opposed to a currency. And this is where Richard's talking about. The mindset of OneLife is to flip that model around and build the community, build out the ecosystem, build the usability, and then bring it to the public, where when it gets to that point, it's basically the logical choice of a cryptocurrency to use because it's already built. And I think that's an incredible way to take advantage of this trend that's in the marketplace. And I can't remember if it was Jeff or Richard or who mentioned we have the best in this space. We have the best technology, the fastest blockchain, the biggest blockchain, most coins to be produced, and we've got a fully integrated system of the blockchain, the miners, the electronic platform, and now the merchants. So we've got the whole ecosystem packaged. It really took a beautiful mind. It just came to mind, that movie. It took a beautiful mind to put this together and see, have the vision for this. And only world-class leadership could have that kind of vision and that kind of strategy to build something like this. It's fairly, very remarkable. On top of that, there is a very lucrative and a very easy to follow compensation plan. We don't have time to go through that, but it's a simple binary system. It's a simple referral-based compensation plan. There aren't all the complicated things and unattractive things that make a lot of multi-level marketing unattractive, such as auto ships and monthly requirements. This is simply you refer people, a package is purchased, and there's commissions paid. And there's multiple ways those do get paid, but it's basically that. It's just simply a referral-based network marketing system. And I'm not going to go through all the individual slides, but I will go to the last one. So following the company's model, we've simplified how we build this business and how we build out the network. If you're a guest, you've probably seen an introductory video of some sort, maybe multiple introductory videos, and somebody then invited you onto this Zoomcast. And you've hopefully learned some more information about what the company is about and what we're about as a community. And so the next step for you as a guest would be to ask the person who invited you to have an orientation call with somebody senior in the organization that can answer whatever questions you have. And that's how we do it. It's 1, 2, 3. And there's a responsibility that you have as a guest, as somebody who's been introduced to this, and that is to really take on the education that we're inviting you to participate in. As we talked about before, we don't need to be here. We're doing this because we want to help more people and bring this to more people and bring this to the world because it's making a huge difference for people. So this isn't for us that we're doing this. This is for you. And you need to take responsibility for learning about it, being educated about it, understanding how and at what level you can participate, and then choosing to participate or not participate. And if you make an educated decision, then that's great. Either way, but we want it to be a well-informed decision. So let me just stop the screen share here and come back to my magic matrix. So that's tonight's presentation. I'm going to unmute everybody. Thank you, everybody, for participating in being called on the spot. Bernie and Catherine and Richard and Jeff. I don't know, hopefully I didn't forget anybody. Appreciate you all participating. And you're all unmuted, so everybody can say good night. Thanks for joining.
Good night.
Thank you, Jack.
Good
Good night, Richard.
for a wonderful session. Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah.